Yes, hello and welcome to my anime talk. My name is AnimeBuuga and today we'll talk about ReZero episode 33. So at the start of episode 33, Subaru meet with Ram, and they went to meet Roswell, right? This is interesting because before he was captured, he was actually planning to see Roswell to confirm about batteries because Roswell is the one who have a contract with batteries. So when he confronts Roswell, I think, but in that meeting he realized how shady Roswell is. He still doesn't trust Roswell, but I think what he gets from that meeting is actually very important, because in that meeting he knows that the book that Beatrice have is actually not the same as the witch cultist book, right? And so I think based on this, it is a good assumption that she is really not a part of the witch cultist, which definitely is a good thing which definitely makes Subaru feel better because he doesn't know how to confront Beatrice if Beatrice is truly a witch cultist. And then what's interesting is that the book that Beatrice used also have almost the same function as the witch cultist book, the witch cultist gospel, because both of them can actually tell the future. It's not. I think it's not almost it is almost like a script, right? That what would happen. I think those books functions the same way, but Roswell mentioned that those that the witch cultists have are actually defective. So that's interesting. I hope it will be explained further in the next episode. And then when they almost exit the forest to go back to the mansion, Garfield was there. This is just bad news because as we've seen before, Garfield doesn't really care about what happened to Subaru. The only reason he does this, he's mad at Subaru or he hates Subaru, is because Subaru have the witch stand. So to him, Subaru is super shady. And then the fucking thing is, before that, he was set. Garfield was set to kill Subaru here. He doesn't care what happened. He doesn't want Subaru to leave the sanctuary. So he was that set on killing Subaru here. What's worse is that when he transformed, he's so much bigger than Frederica. I think this makes sense because he's a proper half human, right? While Frederica is less than half. That's why Frederica can go through the barrier. But this scene was truly fucked up because I think it broke Subaru. Imagine Subaru just made a friend this episode, last episode with Otto and Ram, and then Otto was killed right in front of him. That was just heartbreaking. This time a lot of people died because of him. In front of him, a lot of villagers died, and that almost broke him. Even Patriarch was killed when Patrick tried to protect him. What's interesting is that when he go through the barrier, he somehow get teleported back into the sanctuary, into the jail that he came from. He was not dead. He just transported back there. But this time it is snowing. I don't know what happened. I hope it is interesting. I think it shows that time actually passes after that because the whole town is empty and then the sanctuary is just snowing. What's fucked up about this is that what's crazy about this episode is about this scene is that when Subaru just walks, I think he was walking toward the graveyard when he saw a freaking cute bunny, freaking cute rabbit, and then that rabbit turned out to be a Mabis. Oh, nothing good happened when you see a Mabis. And then there's just a lot of them, really a lot of them. It was I think it was He was swarmed by them, really. Every limb of his was cut off. It was not a great thing to watch. He was super suffering. And to the point where when he came back, I think he was mentally broke. I think that was the first time he was mentally broke. He was hitting his head because I don't think he knows what to do anymore. Every action he takes keep getting stuck somewhere. And then when he does that, suddenly Echidna comes to rescue. I think this scene is I think important because Echidna, if you notice, Echidna only helped him, called him to her tea party after he almost broke down. And when he came to this tea party, he somehow became stable like he used to be, and not the mentally broke state of him. And then this part is where he realized that Echidna knows about him, knows about his return by death. So it gets pretty emotional after that, because for Subaru, this is the first time that someone actually, he can talk about return by death to someone, right? Before this, he kept his struggle to himself, to the point where he almost broke himself. He can't talk about it. He just have to keep it all inside. It almost broke him. And then Echidna says, "Just tell me everything." I think that was so emotional. I cried a bit there. This is the first time Subaru can tell anyone about this, which is a big thing. When you died a lot of time, gruesome death in your effort, and you can't tell anyone about it. You can't tell your loved ones about it. Having someone that will hear you, will listen to you, that can listen to you, is a blessing, right? Subaru cried at that. And Echidna, being the gentle person she is, she's willing. She's definitely, at this point, she's definitely best girl right now. Poor Emilia for that, because season 1, at the start, Emilia was best girl. And then Rem came, and Rem become the best girl because she stuck by Subaru all that time. And then seasons 2 start, and Rem was in a coma. Emilia, this is supposed to be Emilia's time to shine, and then Echidna came, and Echidna becomes the pivot, becomes the someone that Subaru can rely on. Poor Emilia. So thank you for joining. I hope you have a good day.